What is going on, GC Ponema viewers? This is Anthony or Acroblade here, and I know this is the first video I'm making in an extremely long time. I think it's been about 9 months now, 9 or 10 months, something like that, since I've last made a video. And the reason for that is because as things are right now, I am on another Grand Chase hiatus. But I think this time it's pretty much the last straw. All the other times I quit Grand Chase, just due to pure frustration because of the lack of updates, the lack of fixing bugs, and balancing the game out and all of that. All the other times I quit, I would come back a reasonably short amount of time later. Just due to the fact that I really had nothing else to do. I mean, there was nothing I really enjoyed doing. No other games I enjoyed playing, so that's why I would always come back to Grand Chase. But I mean, I think this hiatus is going to be my longest one ever. And I think I'm just done with Grand Chase, honestly. I think I'm just completely done with the game. And, it saddens me to say that because I love Grand Chase, and I've loved it for the last 7 years or 6 years or whatever it's been. It's been a long time. And I've loved the game ever since I started playing it, and I still love the storyline. I still think some of the characters in that game are still some of my favorite video game characters of all time. Cough, Zero. And even Seacard. I loved Seacard. I was a huge Seacard fanboy when he came out. And I love Warlord. Honestly, I would say out of any game I've ever played, out of any MMORPG, Warlord is probably my favorite class of all time in any game. I don't know what it is. I love Warlord so much. So many good memories playing that class, especially when it first came out. But anyway, so as you can see here, this is a, well, for those of you who don't know, some of you are probably caught on already, but this is a Pokemon, this is going to be a competitive Pokemon video, and this is my first time ever doing this, so I'm pretty stoked. I've been into Pokemon all my life, but I never really had capture cards or anything like that, so I can never really record playthroughs of Pokemon games, and I've never really been into like emulators and stuff like that, like on the computer, but I might get into it, but we'll see. This is competitive Pokemon, and I've been in the competitive Pokemon scene for, I want to say, about 2 years now, maybe, since I've really started getting into competitive Pokemon, and it just fascinates me, and it's, I don't want to say it's strategic, but it's, it's not something that, any random person can do. It takes some relative knowledge, and I've been playing Pokemon all my life, so I know a hefty amount about Pokemon. And, Pokemon is just something that's been with me all my life, and I figured, you know what? I love competitive Pokemon, and I love making commentaries, so why not, join the heap of people, on YouTube that are making competitive Pokemon videos, such as my favorite commentator of all time, Blame Truth. And I'm thinking of making a video talking about how I discovered Blame Truth and how he came to be as my favorite commentator and things like that. But anyway, that's enough blabbering. Let's get to some action. I'm back. That's all you need to know. And yeah, so this is a team that I've been experimenting with. It's not that great, but I really like Hawlucha and Mega Gardevoir. In fact, they're two of my favorite new additions to 6th gen of Pokemon, which is amazing, by the way. Pokemon X and Y are amazing. Anyway, let's hop right into a battle. I have 2 teams that I want to try out, and we're going to do 2 battles. I just want to warn you guys now, I'm not exactly amazing at competitive Pokemon. So, if I make some misplays, just, constructive criticism will be, very much appreciated, as long as it's not, like, full-on criticism. So we're just going to go ahead and lead with Donphan here. And, looking at his team really isn't that weak to stealth rocks. But nonetheless, I'm going to go for my stealth. Oh, and he taunts me. Okay. Well, I wasn't expecting that because I run something completely different on my Deoxys defense. So I just wasn't expecting that. So I don't know what statusing move he's going to have on his Deoxys defense. I like to carry Toxic on mine, but I'm going to go into Heliolisk just in case he wants to go for a T-Wave. And I am just going to drop a Volt Switch on this guy and see how much that does. So 38%. So, judging by that, this thing is probably physically defensive, I would say. So we're just going to go ahead and go into Caesar here. And he's just going to set up spikes. So what I'm going to do, I kind of want to Pursuit, predicting him to switch out into something. Because I don't think he wants this Deoxys to die. I mean, it might just be his suicide lead to set up. But Deoxys defense is a very, very good wall. Its defense is sky high. So, you know what? We're just going to go for the Pursuit. And he's just going to keep going for spikes. So, that's fine. And he has a Rocky helmet on this thing. What in the fuck? Well, whatever. We're going to kill this thing off with Pursuit. So that's pretty crappy. He got a lot of damage off on me with Rocky Helmet. And now he brings in this thing. And I don't want to bring in my Dawn Fan, which is my physical wall. Just because he has so many hazards set up now. And I kind of want to... Well, I mean, my Sturdy's going to be broken anyway. But I kind of want to save my Dawn Fan to Rapid Spin. Because these hazards are going to probably fuck me up. And I really have nothing that wants to take a bullet punch or a close combat from this here Mega Lucario. So I'm gonna have to find something to sacrifice here. I don't think Heliolisk is going to be that useful. I should probably throw a Scarf on this thing just because, you know, it's fast and I don't want it to I don't want to be outsped by shit like this. So I'm probably gonna throw a Scarf on this thing as opposed to a Choice Specs. I got greedy and just went for the more damage, but this is just a random team that I threw together, so we are going to go ahead and probably sack Hawlucha, I want to say. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. And this is a Mega Lucario, and he's a special attacker. So I'm not going to play any games here. I'm just going to go straight for the high jump kick, and I miss. So that's always brilliant. This Hawlucha set is not the right Hawlucha set that I want to use. Like a couple weeks ago I was using the Unburdened set with Flying Gem and Swords Dance and stuff, and it's a really good set. Honestly, Hawlucha is definitely one of my favorite Pokemon, if not my favorite Pokemon from 6th Gen, hands down. But anyway, what do we want to do here? Because he's probably going to sweep my entire team now because... to be honest, this team is pretty crappy. I'm not gonna lie, but we're just gonna go for a flamethrower, try to get damage on this thing. Can we get it? Burn? No. Okay. So we're gonna die off to a flash cannon here. I really don't have much priority. And I don't have much good priority that can hit this thing hard. So we're just gonna go into... See, I kind of need Heliolisk because a Choice Specs T-Bolt from Heliolisk will probably put a dent into that Rotom. I can probably maybe 2-hit KO it. I can hit Aegislash hard with Hidden Power Fire, and I think I Oko Genesect with Hidden Power Fire. So I kind of want to keep Heliolisk alive. So we're just going to go ahead and go into Caesar. And we are going to fire off a Bullet Punch because he outspeeds and he has Vacuum Wave. So, yeah, I've pretty much lost this game. This game is pretty much a lost cause now. He's got all his hazards up, and my team is pretty crappy. So you know what, we're just going to go for an Earthquake on the off chance that we survive an adaptability +2 flash cannon from this thing, but that's not going to happen. So yeah, he's pretty much just gonna sweep my team. So that's a that's a pretty shitty way to start off. Uh, you know, to start off a session like this. But yeah, we are definitely gonna get swept right here. So fuck it, let's just go for a psychic or a Psyshock or whatever the hell I have. And the next battle, we are probably gonna use my other team that I worked on and I have tested a little bit. Yeah, because I don't want to get swept. So this team right here, I know I'm using like a lot of OP stuff on it, but basically what I did with this team is I just took Pokemon that I liked design-wise and that I thought looked cool, and I just basically threw them onto a team and I tested it out and I just worked out the kinks here and there. Like at first I had this Deoxys defense as a specially defensive Deoxys, but obviously that didn't work out because of all the Mega Gengars running around. But you know, now that Mega Gengar is banned, especially defensive Deoxys might be pretty good. But so he's probably gonna lead with Galvantula here, I want to say. So what we're gonna do, because he's gonna want to set up the Sticky Web, I would imagine, because his team does look relatively slow, and that's probably gonna be a Choice Scarfed Chandelure, so I should probably keep that in mind. But his team is relatively slow. That's probably gonna be a Mega Blastoise. So what we want to do is we want to kill this Galvantula, but I mean, that's a given, but he's basically going to be able to set up whatever he wants to set up. So let's just lead with Donphan, fuck it. As he leads with Cresselia. See, I don't know what these things do, really, but I'm just going to get out my rocks, honestly. There's really no reason to not get out my rocks, because I do have the Sturdy, and I do live a hit no matter what. I'm guaranteed to live a hit, so there's really no reason to not go for my rocks here, and I really want these rocks up for that incoming Chandelure, because Chandelure is, though it's UU and this is an OU tier with a lot of broken shit running around, as BT always says, like, and he sets up a Trick Room, so it's one of those. That's not very good because I have a relatively fast team. Well, I mean, excluding Donphan, Mawile, Conkeldurr, and Deoxys. But, like, my main sweepers in Greninja and Talonflame are both really fast, so that could be a bit of a problem. I don't think he can hit my Mega Mawile with anything, really, so, yeah, Ice Beam. So we're gonna go into Mega Mawile, and we're going to Swords Dance and scare the fuck out of him, because I have no speed investment on this Mega Mawile. So I do believe I will pretty much outspeed everything on his team. I'm fully invested in HP and attack, I believe. And the reason why I carry no speed on this thing, even though like the recommended sets are to carry speed on this thing, is because I usually only bring this thing in when I want to like basically sweep a team with priority Sucker Punch. Well, I mean, obviously I didn't really have to say priority Sucker Punch because Sucker Punch is a priority move, but anyway, you know what I mean. So that's really the only time I like to bring this thing in, because I would say I'm a bit of a safe player. Like I don't really make like risky plays too often, though I do lose a lot of battles just because like I'm too lazy to do a damage calc and find out if I do OHKO something or not, and then like countless times I've gotten so close to killing something. So see, he probably thinks I have speed investment. Let's just go for the Sucker Punch, honestly. There's really no reason, because even if he does outspeed, bam, kill it off with the Sucker Punch. This Mega Mawile, I'm actually really surprised I don't see more people running Mega Mawile. I personally think Mawile is awesome. I've always liked Mawil's design in 3rd gen. Actually, when I first started playing 3rd gen, uh, I think I had a Mega Mawile. Let's just Sucker Punch, fuck it. Critical hit, bam. I don't think that crit mattered because this Mega Mawile is adamant, fully invested in attack, and has the ability huge power, and I set up a Swords Dance, so I really, really don't think that crit mattered at all. But, you know, it's always nice to get. But anyway, I was saying, I've always liked Mawile's design, especially from... Okay, this thing definitely outspeeds, but I'm just going to Sucker Punch the shit out of it. I mean, Sucker Punch pretty much sweeps his whole team. Anyway, I keep getting off topic. Let me get back on topic. I've always liked Mawile's design. I mean, it was always just like this badass random thing, like that nobody knew what it was, but it had like this fucking Venus flytrap thing coming off of its head, and it just looked so awesome, but it was always such a crappy Pokemon. But now they gave it the Fairy Steel typing, which is which is awesome. Fairy Steel is easily becoming the new Psychic Steel. It's very good typing. It's got priority in Sucker Punch, which hits a lot of the meta for neutral damage and super effective damage. I mean, the most threatening type in the game right now, offensively anyway, is the Ghost type, and you know, hitting Ghost types for super effective damage. You know, I think it's an 80 base power move coming off this Mawile, and it's just, yeah, Ghost Pokemon. Yeah, see this Chandelure Wash. He's gonna probably go for an attacking move because that's really his only move at this point, and yeah, Sucker Punch is pretty much just gonna obliterate this thing. Provided that he does go for the attacking move and not something like Sub or, you know, whatever. It would suck if he did set up the substitute, but I mean, I have all 6 of my Pokemon still, so yeah, so this is pretty much gonna be a Mega Mawile sweep. This thing is fucking dangerous, and you know, it surprises me so much, but I think this thing is totally awesome. I love this thing. Yeah, I mean, what else is there to say about Mega Mawile? It's OP as fuck, but for some reason, I don't see people running it. I just see people running, well, I did see people running Mega Gengar. I see people running Mega Kangaskhan, you know, both Mega Charizard forms all the time, but I never see this thing. And this thing is a threat. You know, anything that doesn't resist this thing's hits is dead. Even if they do resist it, they're probably dead after a Swords Dance boost. You know, it's just ridiculous. I think this thing might get banned. I don't know, its horrible speed might be the reason for it. Might be the reason for it not to get banned. And its weakness to, you know, common types of attacks like fire and ground and all that stuff. I'm just gonna take a drink real quick because this guy's just being a total fucking douchebag and running out the clock. So yeah, this guy's just being a total douchebag. So I'm just gonna talk shit to him. I'm not gonna talk shit, I'm just gonna tell him to hurry up. Like, you don't have to be a douche. You know you've lost. Like, just forfeit, or, you know, just send your last Pokemon in to die, but don't waste my time, especially when I'm recording. Like, it's just stupid shit like that angers me. Come on, man. Yeah, so this douchebag is just gonna run out the clock, so we're gonna go ahead and start up another battle. We're just gonna use this team because this is like the only good team I've really put together. Yeah, see, here we go. Mega Kangaskhan. And he's using Mandibuzz, and he's using Genesect, and Rotom Wash, and an Eviolite Chansey. I mean, I guess I can't really say much because I'm using a Greninja and a Talonflame, but I mean, they're both very frail Pokemon, and, you know, Genesect's pretty OP. Kangaskhan is definitely OP. So yeah, this guy loses due to being a douchebag. He's probably gonna lead with Skarmory, I want to say. It seems like, yeah, he's definitely gonna lead with Skarmory. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually just going to go into my Mega Mawile. Oh, okay. He goes into Mandibuzz. So I'm actually just going to go into Mega Mawile, and I am just going to Swords Dance right in his face because I'm not really familiar with what Mandibuzzes do. Okay, they Foul Play. So that's about all he can do to me. It'll probably do a decent chunk. Let's just play rough this thing. Watch this. Boom. That's a resisted, physically defensive Skarmory. And he's taken 51% from a resisted hit. It's absolutely ridiculous. And he's carrying the Rocky Helmet. Like, I don't understand why people are carrying Rocky Helmet on Skarmory now. It's actually so stupid. I guess just because of Mega Kangaskhan, and because Skarmory resists like a lot of things that Mega Kangaskhan wants to do to it. Because if there's one thing that pretty much, I don't want to say completely counters, but if there's one thing that really aids in the elimination of Mega Kangaskhan, it is the Rocky Helmet, especially the Iron Barb's Rocky Helmet. Oh, does this guy not know that Steel no longer resists Dark anymore or something? Because, yeah, boom, O-Code. Like, this thing is a threat. This thing is a force to be reckoned with. I just don't understand. This guy's he's probably going to go for a T-Wave, I want to say. I can probably live whatever else he wants to do. No, he's definitely going to go for a Will-O-Wisp. In which case, I'm going to go into my Conkeldurr, because this is a Guts Conkeldurr. So, boom, you burn me. That's completely fine by me. So now he's going to think he can take a hit, when in reality, this is a Guts Conkeldurr. So, and he just said G's in the chat. Not my day. Oh, don't worry, I know how you feel, bro. Let's see. Don't worry, I know how you feel, bro. Got my ass swept 2 minutes ago. So yeah, so when I really start doing more commentaries, I kind of want to do some vlogs and, you know, all that good stuff. So he's definitely going to have Brave Bird if he's bringing this thing in. Brave Bird, blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to go into my Deoxys defense because I can pretty much take anything he wants to do. He's just going to Foul Play. That's fine. I'm going to get a Toxic on something. I do not care what. That works for me. I don't know if he's going to want to Power Up Punch here or what, so let's just Protect. Oh, okay. That works too. He's definitely going to go for the, what's it called, Aromatherapy or Heal Bell on this thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back into my Mega Mawile, and I'm going to set up a Swords Dance in his fucking face again. Because all I can really do is what? Nothing. There's nothing he can do, really. Let's just go for a Sucker Punch on the off chance that he wants to go for a Foul Play, because that's probably what he's going to want to do. But in reality, I think I can live. Because I think I Quad Resist Sucker Punch, so let's just go for a Play Rough. Hopefully the Showdown lag won't, like, put into the system that I already went for Sucker Punch, yeah. Okay, so I can live that. Hit him up with a Foul Play, and that is a very annoying physical wall out of the way. So now I think from here, provided he doesn't have like fucking Rocky Helmet or some stupid shit on one of his Pokemon, I think I pretty much sweep his team with this Mega Mawile. And even if I don't, I still have Conkeldurr with a good amount of priority. I have Talonflame with priority. So, oh, he lives with 1% HP. Oh. Isn't that just brilliant? So all we're going to do is we're going to go into Conkeldurr here, and we're just going to go hit him up with a Mach Punch real quick. And he goes for a Sucker Punch, gets a crit, does absolutely jack shit. And we're just going to hit him up with a Mach Punch, and bam. I didn't think he was going to be carrying the Sucker Punch, to be honest, even though most of these things do. You know, it's 1:30 a.m., and I'm sick. And I really just want to go to bed, so I'm just going to let him take out my Conkeldurr here, because I want to go into this thing and get off a Toxic to basically force him to go into Chansey. Actually, residual damage on this thing might be a problem, but you know what, we're gonna go for a Toxic anyway, just to try to force him into his Chansey. That can give me a turn to set up with Talonflame, and then I think from there I might be able to go to town. See, Rotom Wash is such a fucking problem, honestly. Any forfeits. Okay, that's fine. This is a 25-minute video, but because I haven't posted anything in a substantial amount of time, I'm going to take time out of my sleep and play another match, because, you know, I kind of want to finish the day on a full match. So he's probably going to want to lead with his thingamabobber, Ferrothorn. In which case, I'm just gonna go into my... Let's just go into Mega Mawile, because, you know, why the fuck not? Even without setting up, I can pretty much put a dent in any one of his teams if I can predict and hit him up with a Sucker Punch. So he's gonna lead off with Keldeo. See, the thing is, he's not going to want to stay in because fighting is weak to Fairy, so let's just set up, let's just fucking Swords Dance, because why not? My goal this game isn't really to sweep with Mega Mawile, it's just to put a dent in his team, and he gets a fucking critical hit. Good God. So that did 60% as a crit, so I think I can live this next one. He goes for Surf. Well, that was a waste. I probably could have played that, like, a lot better. But, to be honest, I'm just really too tired to care right now. So there's that. We're just going to go into Deoxys Defense, and we're going to Toxic something. I really don't care what. He does have 3 Steel types on his team, which is a fucking bummer, because that means I only have a 50% chance of effectively getting a Toxic on something, because half of his team resists the Toxic. But if I can get a Toxic on either his Keldeo, his Haxorus, or his Latias, that would be a very good thing. And now looking at his team, I didn't really pay too much attention to his team during the team preview. Yeah, so he's just gonna do that. Motherfucker. Fuck it, we're gonna go into Donphan. And he's just gonna Dark Pulse and get another crit. What is up with all these hacks, man? Yeah, there's really nothing I can do as of right now. I could go into Conkeldurr to take the Dark Pulse, possibly, but I would rather get a safe switch into that thing, so let's just do that. So I'm in a pretty bad spot here just because I kind of like YOLO'd it with my Mawile, because I was just getting so excited over like the 2 guys that I just like raped with my Mega Mawile. So I definitely could have played that a lot better, but you know, I was just in like an I don't give a fuck mode. So we're just gonna fire off an Earthquake here because, you know, why not? Yeah, see, that was probably easily predicted. I do run Protect on this thing, just to avoid like falling asleep or getting paralyzed as my status. But I did used to run Ice Punch on this thing, and it would have been so nice to surprise this thing with an Ice Punch and just completely ruin its day. But what we're going to do now is we're going to go into this thing. He's probably going to switch out, knowing that he probably can't do anything to me, so let's just fire off a Seismic Toss. See what he wants to do. I'm probably going to lose this game just because of how hard I YOLO'd it with Mawile. Because, now that I know his Lucario is a special attacker, my Mega Mawile pretty much could have just dominated his whole team. So, yeah, this Lucario is definitely not his Mega. We're just going to Protect, get some leftovers recovery here, and hit him up with another Seismic Toss and just kill this thing off, because this thing is fucking annoying as fuck. Even not Mega, Lucario is still a force to be reckoned with. So now he's just going to go into his Ferrothorn. I don't know what he's going to want to do. Maybe T-Wave me, but I'm just going to go for the Recover because I need this thing alive to stall out some shit that he has if I'm going to have any hope of winning this game. So he's going to Leech Seed. I don't want to go into Talon just because of the fact that he probably has T-Wave on this thing. So I'm going to go into Conkeldurr, predicting the T-Wave now, and he just goes for Spikes, which is fine. We're going to fire off a Drain Punch because nothing really wants to take a Guts boosted Drain Punch, and he's just going to scout out what I'm going to do. I could predict him to go into Latias, which is kind of what I want to do. Or he might want to set up Stealth Rocks now. Yeah, fuck it. Let's just go into Talonflame and see what this guy wants to do. He's going to Leech Seed. Alright. We are going to Swords Dance. And he protects, which is completely fine because nothing really wants to take a Flare Blitz from this thing, so unless he has the Rocky Helmet, which I don't think he has. I hope he doesn't have the Rocky Helmet, because that's going to be a huge pain in the ass. Recoil, Iron Barbs, and Rocky Helmet, of course. Why wouldn't he have that shit? Of course. So right now, in this situation right here, I don't really know what the best play is. I'm +2. I probably die to recoil damage. This thing is scarfed. This thing is most definitely scarfed. But I need Talonflame to sweep his team. So I'm going to preserve my Talonflame on the off chance that I could get a Roost off or something. And he's just going to lock himself in Outrage, which is completely fine. I'm going to protect. And he gets confused, which is very good, because now I can recover. Hopefully he doesn't try to break through the confusion, and if he does, hopefully he hits himself in his confusion so I can get off this recover. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So now we're going to Toxic this thing, because now I have a way better chance of actually successfully getting off a Toxic on something now. So bam, we're going to Toxic that. And we are going to proceed to just recover. Because, like I said earlier, because I YOLO'd so hard with the Mawile, I definitely need this Deoxys alive. So, what we're going to do is we're just going to fire off a quick Seismic Toss on this thing as he goes for Stealth Rocks on a Mega Aggron. I can definitely live a hit from this thing because Deoxys is base 150 defense, so... and he gets a crit. I'm not invested in defense at all, so considering that was a critical hit from Mega Aggron, yeah, you guys see just how bulky Deoxys defense is. Deoxys is freaking awesome, honestly, as a Pokemon. I know Deoxys gets a lot of hate, and I'm not sure why, because personally I really liked the Destiny Deoxys movie. I thought it was awesome. But, yeah, I don't know. I've always just liked Deoxys. I always found it quite interesting. There's nothing I can really do here. All I can really do is recover, Seismic Toss, recover, Seismic Toss. That's about it. But he is doing 50%. So, I might just have to sack this thing, go into Conkeldurr, Revenge kill this with a Mach Punch, but at the same time I do need this thing to wall Keldeo and Latias. So it's a tough decision. I could sack Greninja, maybe, because I don't really think Greninja is going to be, well, I mean, Greninja pretty much sweeps his team too, so we can try that. But, his Haxorus is definitely Scarf, so he's definitely going to kill off my Greninja. So we're just going to be a douchebag and recover. Protect. Fuck it. We're gonna go for a seismic toss now. And this thing is in revenge killing range, so we're just gonna train punch because I do believe I outspeed this thing. But you know what, fuck it, let's just go for a mock punch just in case. Just because, you know, I played so stupidly before, so now I just want to play it safe. Plus I wouldn't have recovered that much HP anyways. So there's always that. Alright, he's probably going to want to go into Latios now and fire off a Psychic. Or he's going to go into his Choice Scarf Haxorus. We need damage on this thing. As he outrages. And I died of Toxic Poison. Fuck. So he is locked into Outrage now. But the thing is, he has the Stealth Rocks up. Fuck. So what we're going to have to do, Talonflame dies upon entry. I basically need to outspeed this or I lose. Okay, I outspeed it. So this thing's not scarfed. Which, you know, those things are usually scarfed. Please outspeed. I need to outspeed his entire team now in order to win the game, but this thing is definitely going to be scarfed, so I definitely just lost the game here. So there's that. Oh. Okay. Secret Sword kills me. GG. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this session because this is a 37-minute video, which is, I think, probably one of the longest videos I've ever done. But I do want to start just doing like some vlogs and shit like that. So if you guys would be down to see that, let me know. If you guys like this competitive Pokemon, feel free to drop a like, drop me a comment. You know, you don't have to welcome me back if you don't want to, but, you know, I think it would be pretty cute, not gonna lie. But yeah, if you like this, let me know, because this is easy. I could do this, you know, anytime, really. It's not like my Grand Chase videos where, you know, I had to make sure I was always on my game, and it was quite stressful sometimes, and quite frustrating, when I couldn't get good gameplays just because, you know, people wanted to use overpowered shit and whatnot. Or just days where, you know, my stepping was off and stuff like that. But yeah, if you guys like this, let me know. I'm gonna get to sleep. Oh, and just another thing, I play League of Legends now, and I've been playing it for the past, I want to say 3 months, 2.5, 3 months. So if you guys would like to see any of that, I'm not that good at it, but if you guys would like to see any League of Legends gameplay, let me know. If you guys would like to play League of Legends with me, you can add me up. My name is Acroblade on League of Legends. And yeah, that's it from me. This is a very long one, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm happy to be back once again. And that's all, folks. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.